Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your host, Mr. Hollywood, here for another Arcade1Up video. And I'm here to talk about today modding. What do you guys think about modding the Arcade1Up? Now, hey, get 1,000 games, 2,000 games on one machine. Change this to a main arcade machine. Now, if you look at these arcades here, these are my Arcade1Up cabinets here so far. And as you can see, as of right now, I have yet to mod these machines. And I'm gonna explain to you guys why I've chosen not to mod these, to keep them as stock here. Because you know what? Mr. Hollywood here, I like to entertain. That's right. I like to entertain my guests. And right here, these are entertainment, you know. What issues? See, people won't tell you. They'll tell you how great about getting all the games you want or this, but they tell you what problems, what stuffs, what issues can you run into if you put in a Raspberry Pi or a Pandora box or any of these emulation software programs, you know. What issues will you run into? Well, I'm going to tell you right here through my past experience. I got a main machine, whole bunch of games running on there, and then I got these Arcade1Up machines. This is why I refuse to mod the Arcade1Up. Alright, start things off. A lot of people like to mod the machines, and one in particular, and that's the Street Fighter 2 arcade. Why? Well, it's got 2 joysticks, it's got 12 buttons, so pretty much, I mean, if you want to mod as much games as possible, play as much games as possible, 2 joysticks, 12 buttons, I mean, you're going to get a majority of the games played, even though some games like Galaga is only 1 button, Pac-Man, no buttons, you know. Yeah, you're going to have all these extra buttons on there. Most of these games are only 2, maybe 3 buttons, especially the old school classics. But yeah, they choose Street Fighter. You know, like I said, you could put as much games as you could. You know, all those controls. You don't have to add buttons on there. You know, you'll have majority of the games being able to play with this style. And a lot of people, when they're modding these, they'll go with something like a Raspberry Pi. Why? I mean, it's affordable. It's probably the cheapest one out there, cheapest option out there. So people like that, you know. Me, myself as well, you know. I mean, you can go with a Raspberry Pi. It's affordable, easy to customize it and stuff. So, and not everybody wants to spend like $1,000 on a computer to run these. Plus, a lot of these classics only need a Raspberry Pi to run it. So let's turn this on. Let's turn it on. Got a power switch here in the back. Power strip, just got to turn it on. There we go. It's going to boot it up. From just that, just turning the machine on. I mean, Arcade1Up, unmodded, simple. Just hit the switch, boom, you're on. Here, a little bit more complex. But yeah, I know you could change it. You could put it as a button on there so you don't have to do all that, you know. Then the volume here, you know, with the TV remote, or if you got a speaker installed there, you'll have to adjust the speaker volume. Arcade1Up, you simply go up to it, volume switch there, off, low, high, you know, that's it, you know. And a lot of people that mod these don't even use the speaker that's in the Arcade1Up, so you pretty much got this volume switch there for nothing. It does nothing, just, you know, and I think it's a waste. But besides that, let's take a look in here, you know. Now, you guys could check out my other video. I'm not going to get into detail here as far as the games go, how I feel about that. But pretty much, you know, we all know how great Netflix is. We all know how, even take a further step, how great Kodi is. I mean, pretty much could get any freaking movie you want, as many movies you want, you know. But how many of you have Kodi and you're going through there, searching for a movie, you know, looking through the trailers, this video, no, let me check this movie out. By the time you find a movie, you know, you're probably not even watching anymore, you're probably passed out, whatever the case may be. Same thing's going to apply here for the games. if you got like over 1,000 games, think about it. You got over 1,000 games on here. You know, how long is it going to take you to get through that whole list? You know, to finally find something. You know, and it's the same thing, same aspect on here. Yeah, you could get any games. Now some may argue, yeah, why don't you? Well, you could put it a shorter list. You don't have to put all of them. But even if you do that, then you got a friend that comes over. Oh, I thought you said you could get any game you want. You know. Oh, do you have this? Or and then you end up starting adding games, and soon you know it. Here you go. You have another huge list. So that's my whole thing on that. I'm not gonna get into, like I say, you guys could check out my other video on that. Well, let's take a look here at the software, the actual program itself, and what type of issues this has as opposed to just the regular Arcade1Up unmodded. All right, so the first thing, on the Arcade1Up, there's no settings or any type of options to go into, whereas on a RetroPie there is. Now a lot of people say. Or asking like, why is it on our Arcade1Up? Why don't we have those options? Should be great, but it's not so great to have, especially when you got company over, you got people being able to go into the settings. Like here, you go, just hitting the button left or right goes into the RetroPie menu. Now somebody could go in here, change stuff, and then they won't even know how to back out. They'll go into the whole settings options, and you gotta come, you gotta fix this, you gotta get them back out there. They might think they broke something. Like, it's just a whole hassle. You don't have to worry about that, when you are on the Arcade1Up, because that it's not even possible to do. So sometimes keeping it simple is the better option. And then when you load up the game, like here, we'll load a game, get this run command that comes in. Somebody just hits a button, just any button, hits a button. They'll be prompted here to this. Change the ROM, the setting, the emulator on here. Anybody could hit something here. They want to know how to back out of this. Again, something that you don't have to deal with on Arcade1Up. Now, yeah, I know you could get rid of the menu on here. You could get rid of the run command so it doesn't come up. But then every time you add a game in or want to add something on there, then you got to bring up that so you could access the settings, change the emulators, and it's just a big hassle. Having to do that, turn it on, turn it off, enable it, disable it, So, and Arcade1Up, unmodded, you ain't got to worry about stuff like this, You ain't got to worry about people coming in here, going into settings. Oh, man, what did I do? Why is this, I can't do anything. Like, they don't even want to touch the machine then. So now it becomes unplayable. People don't want to play it, and rest is history. The other thing is, okay, now you're in the game. Let's say we load up a game. Most of these, running on main, and let's say you have other games, PlayStation games. You have the right trigger button activated there. Simply hitting that right trigger button will bring up the main menu, the main settings on there. So or you got these hotkeys set up on there as well. Somebody hits a hotkey or something, and boom. They're going to go into the settings option, the RetroArch menu, and then there, once they're in there, they access the controls, change the controls, don't know how to back out. Once again, here you might be barbecuing outside or doing whatever. You got to come back in, fix this, get this back in working. And again, simplicity, fellas, here. Unmodded, you don't have these issues, And number 3, besides entertaining, besides the simplicity here of not having modded, what about the lockups, the freeze-ups? Now, a lot of people, like I said, are running this through Raspberry Pi, and they're adding these LED lights on it. Like, all this is going to be running through the Pi, and it'll cause lockups, cause freeze-ups, matter of what ROMs you get as well. You might have the wrong ROM, or you might have the wrong emulator playing that ROM, and then boom, it's gonna freeze, it's gonna lock up on you. You don't even have to hit a button. You think, oh, somebody may be frozen. No, it locks up. The Pi gets overheated, and that's one thing you don't gotta worry about Arcade1Up. I got 4 machines on here. I've yet to experience this where I'm playing a game, it freezes, locks up. I heard some about Galaxian, but they got the board, they got the fix. You know, you get the new 1.05. So besides that, none of these. You won't go on a website or on the YouTube see that somebody has locked or frozen on a game, because it won't happen. You know, as Raspberry Pi happens all the time. And don't give me this, oh, it's where you buy it or which Raspberry Pi you have. I've got numerous of them from different websites, Amazon, Adafruit, whatever. You know, it's gonna happen. You know, depending on the game you're running. Sometimes they can't even handle the game. You know, and these right here, Arcade1Up, you're not gonna run to this issue, and that's why I refuse to mod. I refuse to mod because you're getting rid of simplicity, number one. You're going to run into more issues settings-wise, lock-up, freeze-ups, and then you're going to have a machine that's got thousands of games, you know. Here, I go up to Centipede cabinet. I know what I'm playing. I'm playing Centipede. I'm playing Missile Command. You know, I go to Pac-Man. I'm going to be playing freaking Pac-Man. You know, I walk by with the Galaga machine. I'm going to be playing Galaga. I walk by the main machine, I don't know what the hell I'm going to be playing, you know, and you're just going to end up not playing it. And that's why these are great. I mean, you got 4 games on the Astro, you got 4 games on Centipede, 2 on Galaga, 2 on Pac-Man. So there's variety on here. If I had like 1,000 games on each, I wouldn't know what to play. I mean, think about it. All those 4, if I modded all those, like, what am I going to play? It'll be like this. It'll turn into this machine where, you know, you're going to have to go through a list, find a game, find what you're going to play, and then finally select that. You know, the simplicity is gone. You know, we live in a world here where people like easy. You know, people like something simple. You know, when something becomes overwhelming, when you got to overthink stuff, it becomes not fun, you know. And these things right here, right now, are fun. They're fun for me, for my family, my kids, my friends that come over, parties. Let's keep it fun, fellas. What do you guys think? Should you mod the machine or not? Am I talking crazy here? Or have you experienced the same thing I've experienced with a main machine with these Arcade1Up? Are you going to be looking to mod, you know, or are you going to keep them simple? Mr. Hollywood, signing out, fellas.